This video is for students taking IPC144 at Seneca College. In this video, we will be looking at the increment and decrement operators. These are written with the symbols plus plus and minus minus. These two operators actually are four operators. There is prefix increment and decrement, and there is postfix increment and decrement. The prefix version has the operator coming before the operand, in other words, before the variable that it operates on. The postfix has the operator coming after the operand. So you can think of the word pre, before, as where the operator goes. So prefix means operator before, postfix means operator after. Now, another important thing to note is that the operands, these things, have to be variables. They cannot be a value. So you cannot have, say, something like plus plus 4, for example, or plus plus 5. The operands have to be actual variables because of what they do. Now, the increment and decrement operator essentially increases or decreases the operand by 1. So all four operators work in this manner. So if you have a variable like x, if you do x plus plus, x becomes 1 bigger. If you have a variable like j and you say j minus minus, well, j becomes 1 value smaller. So, and it doesn't matter whether the plus plus comes before or after, the operand will always increase for increment and decrease for decrement by 1. That always happens. Which then brings up the question, why? Why do we need two different forms of this operator when they seem to do the same thing? The reason that we have two forms has to do with what the operators evaluate to. And the postfix operators evaluate to the original value of the variable, whereas the prefix operator evaluates to the new value of the variable. So let's take a look at what this actually means. So here I have x is equal to 10 and a is equal to x plus plus. Now the value that is x plus plus gets evaluated to will be assigned to a. So because this is the postfix version, the original value of x is the result of x plus plus. It is what the expression x plus plus evaluates to. So even though x becomes 11, x plus plus itself evaluates out to its original value, which is only 10, which is why a has a value of 10 and not 11. Now, if we take a look at the prefix version of the plus plus operator, it always evaluates out to the new variable, the new value of the variable. So if I start off with 10 and I say plus plus y, then c is assigned plus plus y will mean that c is assigned whatever plus plus y evaluates to, which is the new value of the variable y, which is 11, which is why c is 11. So the difference has to do with what these variables evaluate to, and it will have implications if you were to, say, use them in something like array indexing, for example, and so on. So, and of course, decrement works pretty much the same way. If it's postfix, then it evaluates the original value, which is why j is 1 smaller, but b has the original value, which is 10, and here k becomes 1 smaller, so it's 9, and d gets the same value because you evaluate to the new value. That's it. Thank you.